Okay. Uh, no, in the previous class, we were looking at amplifier design, and we saw how to draw the stability circles. How to draw stability. This problem we were discussing in the previous class. That is the S parameter of some transistor is given here. This is the S parameter of a transistor. Okay, determine the stability of this transistor using K delta test and a mu test, and plot the stability circles on the Smith chart. The question is like this. So similar kind of question may come in the examination also. Okay, determine the stability of this transistor using K delta test. K delta test means it is an analytical method. K delta test and the mu test. Mu test means it is also an analytical method. Okay, and now plot the stability circles on the Smith chart. This is a graphical method. Graphical method. Plot the stability circles on the Smith chart. See here, as we were discussing in the previous class, if the system is unconditionally stable, if the system is unconditionally stable, need not to plot the need not to go for a graphical method that I was telling. But in this question, they asked you to even it is a unconditionally stable. Okay, but you should plot the stability circles. You should plot the stability circles. Okay, because it is not an amplifier design. They asked to test the stability. 8 marks question. It may be 8 or 10 marks question. 10 marks question means automatically K delta and mu that doesn't give a marks division. So what they are asking, they asked to plot the stability circles also. Even it is unconditionally stable. Okay, and from the stability circles, you should come to you should say you already know where the stability circles are for unconditional stability. Okay, unconditional stability, as we saw in the earlier classes, that the stability circle either completely encloses the Smith chart or it lies outside the Smith chart. Okay, in the two cases it should completely enclose the Smith chart. That is unconditional stability. Or that stability circle must be completely outside the Smith chart. Then that is unconditional stability. So automatically, if the system is unconditionally stable, either we will be getting that stability circle completely encloses the Smith chart, or it lies outside the one. Okay, that we have to test graphically also. So like that it is asked. But if it is conditionally stable, automatically we should draw the stability circles. Okay, so in the previous class, as we were seeing, as we were discussing, for this problem, it is conditionally stable. It is a conditionally stable because k value is lesser than 1, mu also lesser than 1. For unconditionally stability, k must be greater than 1, mu must be greater than 1. But both are less than 1, automatically it's conditionally stable or potentially unstable. So we should draw the stability circle to check where the stable region is, where unstable is. Okay, that means to find out the impedance values to set for a matching network. Input impedance of matching network and output impedance ZL for the output matching network. You should choose that impedances what we are choosing, ZS and ZL must be in the stable region. So that's why we have to draw the stability circles. So from the stability circle positions, we can come to know which is the stable region, which is the unstable region. Okay, so that we saw in the previous class. So this is a speed chart here. We have drawn this input stability circle, and this is the output stability circle. That circle equations are there, like input stability circle equations, output stability circle equations. Using this center and radius, you can draw like this. I discussed this in the previous class. Okay, so that is like this. So here both the circles, input stability circle and this output stability circle, they doesn't encloses the center of the Smith chart. So in such a case, the stable region is outside the stability circles. So this is a stability circle. Inside means here the values within this circle are inside values. Outside means rest of the values are the outside values. So outside, whatever the impedance is there, that is stable. All those values gives the stable operation of the transistor. So but only the portion, you see, this is a impedance, this is a portion of a speed chart here, what are shaded area here, that values, those values do not give a stable operation. So we cannot choose a value lies if our if our gain value, gain impedance value, if it lies here, we cannot choose that constant gain circles. If you draw, if it lies within this area, we cannot choose. Okay, similarly output also here, this is output circle, a portion is inside this stability circle. So these values we cannot take for designing the output impedance matching network. Okay, so like that we discussed in the previous class. Similarly, one more problem here for amplifier design. See here, maybe, okay, this is an amplifier not only for stability check. Design an amplifier to have a gain of 11 dB, gain of 11 dB at 4 gigahertz. Plot constant gain circles for GS is equal to 2 dB and 3 dB. They are asking, you draw the constant gain circles for 2 dB and 3 dB, and GL circles for 0 dB and 1 dB. Okay, the FET has the following S parameters. These are the one. So as you know, for every value of gain, based on the gain value, there is a circle on the Smith chart. So it is a 2 dB circle, 3 dB circle for the GS, and GL 0 dB and 1 dB circle. See why the question is asked is, you will see now. You see here, this is S parameter, all of you know, and 11 dB gain we wanted at 4 gigahertz. Okay, see, to get a 11 dB, what is the option? How we can choose a 11 dB? Okay, this question I also asked in the test. Okay, you see here, this is a GS. First what we have to do, we should choose a GS maximum. What is GS maximum? We calculate, that is a 3.6 to 3.6 dB. Okay, this question I asked in the test also, but many of they did a correct answer. Some of you did the wrong calculation of this in GS value. Okay, that's why you should be careful about calculation. So this is GS in dB is a 3.6 dB, and GL maximum is a 1.9 dB, 1.9 dB, and G naught is not this question, I think. It is 6.8 approximately 8 dB here. Okay, this is a 8 dB here. You all of you got, I think, a 7.9 something you got. So that's a 8 dB here. So G naught is 8 dB. This is GS maximum is 1.9, and GL maximum 1.9, GS maximum 3.6. To get a 11 dB, so maximum gain how much we can get? That is a 3.6, 1.9 and 8. That is 13.5 dB. Maximum gain how much we can get from the transistor is 13.5 dB. But in the problem it is asked to get only 11 dB. Okay, so 11 dB means you can choose, you can decide yourselves what is the gain from each of this. You have to choose. Okay, you should check G naught maximum itself. See, you should take G naught equal to 8 dB only. Okay, you cannot take a lesser value here, lesser value of this. You should take G naught as it is. Okay, so G naught is for example, okay, G naught is a 8 dB we are taking. 11 dB we needed. 11 dB means how to take a value. Most of you did. This is 2 dB and this is a 1 dB, because 1.9 is a maximum value here for GL, and GS maximum is 3.6. So what you people did, 2 dB here and 1 dB here. That way you did. It's correct. So that is also correct. You can choose like this, 2 dB, and here is a 1 dB. That means you should draw the 2 dB gain circle, 2 dB gain circle for this, and 1 dB gain circle for this. Okay, that is answer. That answer is correct. And another combination, you see, you can take 2 dB and 1 dB. One condition, one way. Most of you did like this, 2 dB and 1 dB you are taken, and we got, you 11 dB we got here. Okay, is it audible? Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this GS 2 dB and GL 1 dB, most of you took, and we got 11 dB. Okay. Another combination is also there. Need not be this 2 dB and this is 1 dB, because we have here 3.6 dB. You can take GS as a 3 dB itself. See like this. GS as 3 dB. You can take GL as 0 dB also. GL 0 dB, and this is 3 dB. Then also you will be getting it is 11 dB. Is correct. There are so some student may do like this, but most of you I think copied. That's why all of you took this way only 2 dB and one. But one more thinking is because 1 dB here is there, why should we take 0 dB? That's why most of you took it as a 1 dB, I think. Okay, that is also correct. But another way, some of you may think also like you can take a 0 dB here and 3 dB here. Then also you will be getting 11 dB. Is correct. So that is a one more option is there. GS is a 3 dB and GL is a 0 dB. By taking like this also you can design the amplifier, or by taking like this also you can design the amplifier 11 dB. Okay, so what if you take this, if you take this option GS 2 dB and GL 1 dB, you should draw the 2 dB gain circle and GL 1 dB circle. But if you take this option, you should draw the 3 dB circle and 0 dB circle. That's all. Okay. So here is a problem. GS is a 3 dB circle. This option, if it is this is a case, yeah, we will be choosing GS is a 3 dB and 0 dB here, because what we want maximum 11 dB. So here is already available 3.6. So you can take a 3 dB, and this one I have taken 0 dB. Okay, see like this. This is a one option. For that also, for that you can design. See, the design is like this amplifier design. So GS is 3 dB I have chosen. What we should do? Normalized gain you should do, because you should draw the gain circle, constant gain circle you should draw. Actually, this is a unconditionally stable. The system is unconditionally stable, that I have not done here. Okay, the system is unconditionally stable. So automatically any value over the Smith chart gives a, you check yourselves. I think it is unconditionally stable. Okay, only the amplifier part I am doing, not stability check. It is unconditionally stable. You can check it. Okay, so here by choosing the GS as a 3 dB and GL is a 0 dB, so you should draw the constant gain circle, 3 dB gain circle you should draw, and GL 0 dB gain circle you should draw. Okay, on the Smith chart. So here for GS is equal to 3 dB circle, you should draw the circle, means you should find center and radius. So this is a center and this is a radius. See, this is angle of 120 degree, angle 120.706, angle 120 degree. Similarly, RS is a 0.166. Okay, radius is 0.1. Substituting the values, so GS is what? GS divided by GS maximum. What is GS? GS needed is 3 dB. GS maximum, that is we got here it is a 3.6, but it's 2.29. You should use this, you should not take 3.6. Okay, you should use the ratio while calculating this GS. Do not forget this. While calculating GS, what you should do? You should be in the ratio. GS must be in ratio. GS maximum must be in ratio. Should not be in dB. Okay. So this is GS. You can 3 dB means what is the value you calculate here? GS value in ratio. Antilog. GS maximum you take antilog of this 3.6. Antilog of 3.6, it is 2.29. Okay. You put that value here and get, it is around 0.875. Okay, using this you can get the value of center and radius. Okay, this is a center and this is a radius. So that is a 3 dB circle, constant 3 dB circle. So this is a one, you see here, circle is drawn here. This is a GS is 3 dB circle, you see, this is a GS is 3 dB circle. I already said how to draw this. Okay, 3 dB circle. So from here, this is a 0 degree. You go like this. Go like this. 120 degree. It is 120. It is 110. See, 110 degree is 120 degree. So from here center you should draw a line which is of 120 degree. Next you mark the center. I already told how to do this. Okay, so draw the circle like this. So this is the circle for GS is equal to 3 dB. Okay, so any value over this you can choose for designing your impedance matching. Any value over this, but that value must be in the stable region. That value must be in the stable region. I think this problem is unconditionally stable, so you can take any value. You check it. Okay, I did not check. So that is the one. You should can take a value over the circle. You cannot take any value over the impedance chart. If you want a 3 dB gain, your ZS, whatever you are designing for impedance matching network, must be one of the value over this. Here our values are their impedance. You cannot take all those values. Only you should take one of the value over this to design the impedance matching network. Okay, that is a 3 dB circle. Similarly, 0 dB circle output to get a ZL value, what we have, this is a 0 dB circle. To get a 0 dB circle, center and radius, GL and GL maximum. GL is 0 dB, GL ratio, this is dB. So in antilog of this means 1 divided by whatever the maximum value of GL. See this is a maximum value 1.56. That is in dB 1.9, but you should take in ratio 1.56. So 1 divided by 1.56 we should do here. We will be getting 0.64. Okay, substitute that in this equation, center and radius. These are the values here. So 0.44 angle of 70. See, not less here, less than 70. It is angle of 70 degree. So mark this on the Smith chart. 0 dB circle. See here, this is a 0 dB circle. This is a 0 dB circle. GL is a 0 dB. Okay, 0 dB circle 70 degree. 70 degree from here, 70 degree here. You see here. This is a 70 degree marked here. I have given a, I posted a assignment. Okay, in that must do. This is a 70 degree. Okay, I think all of you received that assignment. Yesterday I have posted an assignment on stability. Okay, amplifier stability. Did you receive that? Hello? In
Yes,
Google
ma'am.
Classroom I have posted.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all of you must do those 3 problems. Okay, automatically you come to know how to do that. Okay, you practice those 3 problems. You must submit within 16th of next week. Next week we have to submit it 16th before 11 p.m. Okay, so this is a 0 dB circle. This is a 0 dB circle here. Okay, at that again center how to mark, I told you go through that and draw the circle like this. Okay, so you can choose one value over this for the impedance matching. Okay, so that we were that like that we can do. So 3 dB GS 3 dB you can choose, GL is a 0 dB. Another option what you people did in the that test one, 2 dB you were taken and 1 dB you took, is correct. So for such a case you should find again center and radius. You should find center and radius for 2 dB. See here 2 dB to get a GS of 2 dB. See this is the circle. You see here, this is a circle. You cannot use this circle. You cannot use the values over this to get a 2 dB. You should draw the circle, GS 2 dB circle. If you draw GS 2 dB circle, you will be getting like this. See like this. This is a circle. You should choose one value over this to design the impedance matching network ZS. Okay. Similarly, 1 dB GL 1 dB were taken. GL 1 dB to get a GL 1 dB. This is the circle. See, circles are different now. This is a 1 dB circle. Now you can choose one value over this for impedance matching ZL, this circle. Okay, that's why here based on your choice you can choose GS and GL based on the your choice. This one, see like a 3.6 and 1.9 is either you can choose a 2 dB here 1 dB or 3 dB 0 dB also you can choose. Okay, but gain circles will be different. Okay, you should whatever the value taken, for that you should draw the circles. If you take a combination of 2 dB and 1 dB, these are the circles. This circle is 2 dB and this circle is a 1 dB. These two you should take for designing the impedance matching network. Okay, and the value must be 1 in the stable region. Okay, so that one. Okay, in the this is what we were discussing in the earlier class. I think this is enough on amplifier and stability. Only the thing is you should practice. That's why I have given an assignment. All of you must do independently. Do not copy. Okay, in most of the habit is like copying from the students. That should not happen because in the offline examination, automatically you will be facing problem. Okay, already people, already the guidelines came, you should attend offline. If you are attending online means it is left to you, but examination is the offline. Automatically, if you copying practice is there, even you get a 50 out of 50 internals in the examination, you may fail if you do not practice. Okay, keep it in mind because this time they do not offer you offline, online examination. It is offline only. Okay, keep it in mind, and all of you must practice independently. It is not very big complicated problems like things. Okay, I have explained everything. Go through my videos, practice. Everyone should practice. Okay, do independently and submit the assignment and stability. Okay, so this is about amplifier design. But as we were discussing, this impedance matching network. So once the gain circles are drawn, see like we were drawing gain circles. Okay, so this is a gain circle. A gain circle, constant gain circle. We will be drawing like this. Okay, after drawing the gain circle, this is for input gain circle. For example, input gain circle. ZS value, we have impedance matching network. Input matching network we have to design using this circle. This is a circle what we have designed. Sorry, what we have drawn. For example, input gain circle. Next, after drawing the gain circle, you should choose one value over this. Any one value over this. But that value must be in the stable region. Okay. So in the present, for example, in this Smith chart, using this constant gain circle, this impedance is chosen. This is the impedance chosen. Okay. As a input impedance. So looking in the direction, uh, looking into the input see like looking this direction, looking towards this direction, this is the input here, input, and here actually 50 ohm is there, source impedance 50 ohm will be there. Looking this direction, uh, we will be we are choosing this as a impedance. See this impedance, this is the impedance. Okay, this impedance we should set looking in the towards the source. Okay, actually 50 ohm is there without impedance matching network, but you should change the impedance 50 ohm to this value. Okay, then only we will be getting that 2 dB gain. We will be getting the 2 dB gain. Okay, so that's why you should change that. To change the one, you should design the impedance matching network. See like, so looking in this direction, so this is the input matching network. Looking this direction, what is the impedance needed? This is the impedance needed here. So after drawing the gain circle, you should choose one value. I have taken this. So looking towards the source, this is a source here, 50 ohm here. Okay, you should design this matching network. This is a matching network. By adding this capacitor and inductor, looking this direction, it should be this value. Okay, so to get that, what we did, first we marked this 50 ohm. See this 50 ohm is marked here, 50 ohm is marked like this. Okay, now from this 50 ohm you should reach this point, you should reach this point here. Okay, in the impedance matching network you should reach this point. So what we did, starting from here we moved like this, and the constant see from the center, actually here in this impedance in the previous TLW, what we were doing, we were here and we moved like this to the center of the Smith chart to get a 50 ohm. Earlier problem in the TLW, what we were doing, we are changing the random impedance to 50 ohm. That what we were doing. But here is a converse. 50 ohm is there, but you should get whatever you needed. See, like this value you need, just a converse, that's all. Okay, nothing is a very great difficulty here. So starting from center, what there we were doing, starting from here, we were moving on a some constant conductance or a resistance circle to reach the r is equal to 1 or g is equal to 1 circle. Okay, then from there we are moving over constant r is equal to 1 circle or g is equal to 1 circle to reach the center, that we were doing in the earlier TLW. But here similarly, but 50 ohm, you should start from 50 ohm and move here. Previously we were doing like this, then we were moving on g is equal to 1 circle or r is equal to 1 circle. But here what we have to do, first you should move over r is equal to 1 or g is equal to 1 circle based on the problem. In this, we are moving on g is equal to 1 circle to reach this circle. Okay, the one passing through the one here. Okay, starting from here, and you can see what is the value added by moving like this. So we are moving on resistance, conductance circle in the clockwise direction. It adds a capacitor in shunt. See, this is a 50 ohm, you started 50 ohm. Shunt capacitor you have to add by moving like this. And from here, we are moving on constant resistance circle in the clockwise direction. That adds inductor in series. And how to get this value and this value, inductor value. How to get a capacitor value and inductor value, that we studied in the TLW. Okay. So from this moment, see, no, from this moment 0 to G and G to H, you can come to know what is the sorry, sorry, what is the value of capacitor and inductor, that you can easily get. Okay, so now that is a part what we have to do. Okay, till now you in the up to previous class, what we studied how to draw the circles, constant gain circle and the stability circle. All those things we studied in the previous class. Now we will see how to do the impedance matching network, this one. Okay, how to do this, how to get a value of this. See, okay, it will be adding capacitor. See, it will add the capacitor. How to get this value? Similarly, moving from year to year adds a inductor. How to get this value? We already studied that in KW, but we will review again this. Okay, so that is a impedance matching network. See, looking in this direction, we should set this impedance. To set this impedance, we should add this capacitor and this inductor. That is from the Smith chart only, ZY Smith chart. Okay, so this values we can get easily from the Smith chart. See, this value and this value. Now, how to get this values? We will see again. We will go back to that TLW course, impedance matching. Okay, impedance matching. How to do this? That completes your that amplifier design. See, in the amplifier design, you should see first stability circles. Next, what you should do? You should draw the gain circles. Then you should design this. Okay, then your amplifier part will complete. So design the amplifier, you should know how to design the impedance matching network. Then only you can complete your problem. Okay, you should know how to get a value of this impedance matching network, element values, capacitor value and inductor value. How to design this and this. Okay, or impedance matching network, that you should know. Okay, so we will see now how to do this. We will go to that TLW course, impedance matching that content, and we will see how to do this. So understood now here up to this? I think so. This is a way. Okay, we should you should choose a impedance. So to choosing the impedance, we should draw the circles like this. Okay, this is for input. Similarly for output also, you see, this is output circle. This is output circle what we have done. One impedance over this we have to choose. I have taken this as a impedance here. Okay, so how to this is the way. This is adding like a year and year, moving like this and moving like this to get this value. Okay, so 50 ohm is here, 50 ohm output impedance. And looking this direction, it should be this value. Then we will be getting GL of 0 dB. Okay, how to get this inductor value, capacitor value? We will see now in the TLW course content. Hello, is it audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, up to this gain circles, it's I think enough. I have told a lot of. Now we will see. We will go to that third unit. See, actually, impedance matching network. I have included in the third unit of your RF and microwave. Okay, already studied that in the previous semester, but again we will review that chapter. Okay, so to complete this amplifier design part, I am not doing that nice part. Some nice part is there after stability. Actually, in the fourth unit there is a nice consideration is there, but I am not doing that now. We will go to that third unit. In the third unit, that is the impedance matching network is there. We will complete that, and afterwards we will do the nice content of the now fourth unit. Okay, because we need a impedance matching network for this amplifier design. Then amplifier design will be complete. Okay, so because some of you might have forgotten that how to do the impedance matching network and all, so we will go through that third unit. And after completing that third unit, I will come back to that fourth unit. Okay, fifth unit I have completed completely, and fourth unit stability concentration I have done. In that nice consideration is there, and some mixer design is there, that I will take up later. Okay, so mixer circuit and noise consideration in the fourth unit I will do later. We will now go to that third unit. Okay, impedance matching network, because that is needed a continuation of this amplifier design. Okay, afterwards we will come back to that fourth unit. Okay, so we will see how to design this impedance matching network. This we will see now. Okay, so in the impedance matching network, we are using ZY Smith chart. ZY Smith chart I have told a lot about this in the TLW. Just this is a remembering. Okay, I do not expect me to start like in the TLW course, because all of you know it may be boring for most of you if I start again saying all these things. Okay, in the impedance matching network, you should use the ZY Smith chart. See, this is a ZY Smith chart. In the ZY Smith chart, there is a reactance circles are there, and resistance circles are there. You see here, red color. Red color circles are the resistance and reactance circles. Blue colors are the susceptance and conductance circles. See, like whatever you are observing of blue colors, so they are the. See, all of you must again go through that. Most of you are not. Hello, Vivekananda is there? Vivekananda, Vivek, Ujjwal, Nikhil.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Present,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ujjwal,
Yes,
Ujjwal
ma'am.
is there?
Ujjwal is there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm there.
Nikhil,
Nikhil?
Ujjwal, Nikhil,
Nikhil?
Yes, ma'am. Ujjwal, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Ujjwal present. Nikhil,
Ujjwal present. Nikhil?
Vinay, Vinay, Satyam, Vivekananda. Vivekananda is there? See, that's why we cannot repeat these things, and also it is difficult to watch. Also, all these things, if we keep it as a pending, there are a lot of videos will be there. I think you may be not able to watch all the videos. It may be boring. Okay, to watch videos. Huh? See, that's why every class I am. You are used to say be in the class, but most of you are not present in the class. Okay, so it is difficult if you do like this. And in the test, somehow you are copying. I think I came to know after the evaluation. This is not good. Okay. So here, okay, in the impedance matching network, we are using this ZY Smith chart. It's a combination of four circles. Four circles are there: resistance circle, reactance circle, conductance circle, and susceptance circles. Okay, and also we know how to get a impedance, resistance value, reactance values. Okay, so here impedance. Okay, we will take up this. So resistance values are written above here. This is a line. This line, resistance values center of passing through this. So above are the resistance values, below are the conductance values, as we saw. Okay, below are conductance, and the blue color are conductance circles. See, this blue color what you are observing are a conductance circle, and the red colors, these circles, this like circles, they are the resistance circles. And these circles, see these circles, they are the reactance circles, and the blue color like this are the susceptance circles. And the values of these circles are written above here of each circle. See, this is a susceptance circle, this is a susceptance circle. The circle value, susceptance value of this circle. See, every circle has a value, susceptance value, particular susceptance value. That circle susceptance value is written here above the circle. Okay, so this is a susceptance circle, its value is written here. What is the susceptance value? B value. Similarly, above this reactance value is written here. See, this is a reactance value. Reactance value is written. Okay, so I have one more good see. Okay, so here you can see the values clearly in this. Actually, white and black, this chart will be given in the examination also. So in the dotted lines and solid lines are here. Solid lines are associated with the resistance and reactance circles. See, in the Smith chart, we will be providing in the examination white and black ZY chart only. In that solid lines corresponding with the impedance, that means resistance and reactance. See, like this, these are the resistance circles. See what we are having like this. These are the resistance circle. See, these are the resistance circles, and the reactance circles are like this. This is a solid line what we are having. These are the reactance circles, and susceptance and conductance circles are dotted lines. See, this is a dotted line. This is corresponding to associated with the conductance. See this is a conductance circle. This is a conductance circle. That conductance value you can read here. You see, this is a conductance circle, dotted line. Okay, its value is written here. You see here, it is written here. It is around a point 6. This is a point 6 here. This is point 0.5. Okay, point 0.6 is there. This is point 0.4. Point 0.4, this is point 0.3, point 0.2. So conductance circle, this is a conductance circle, this is a conductance circle, its value is point 0.4, and here is conductance circle. You see this dotted line, this is conductance, point 0.5, and conductance, one circle is here. You see here, this is a conductance is equal to 1, here, this circle, this one. This is G is equal to 1 circle, G is equal to 1 circle, and R is equal to 1 circle is this. You see this is 1, conductance is 1, this line. Okay, and similarly R is equal to 1 circle is above. R values are given here. Resistance circles are these solid lines, solid circles. See, these are the resistance circles, these are resistance circles. Okay, resistance circle values are written here, 0.8, 0.9, 1. See, this is 1.2, this is a resistance circle, this one resistance circle here, its value, what is the resistance value of this circle? 1.2. Each circle represent a particular resistance. Okay, similarly each conductance circle, see this is representing a particular conductance value, so that value is 0.8 here, it is a 0.8 here, the circle. See, like that you can read the conductance circle value and resistance circle values using this above are resistance circle values, below are the conductance circle values. Okay, and conductance circle, see, which is important is G is equal to 1 circle. You see here, this is a 1, G is equal to 1. See, this circle is G is equal to 1 circle. This circle is a G is equal to 1 circle. Similarly, this circle is R is equal to 1 circle. This one, R is equal to 1 circle, whichever I have shown here. Okay. Similarly, you can read the reactance and resistance value, reactance and susceptance values also. You see here, this is the circles. These are reactance circles. These are reactance circles. See here, this is a reactance. This is a reactance circle. Solid lines, reactance value. So each reactance has a circle on the Smith chart. See, here is 1.2 plus 1.2. Above are positive values. Reactance values are positive in the upper part of the Smith chart. See, this is a circle. This is a reactance circle. It is 1.2. This circle value is 1.2. X is equal to 1.2. Similarly, what is the reactance value of this circle? See, this circle. This is a circle. Here two values are there. One is there. Here is this side is there. You should reactance value, while reading reactance value, see here, this is a reactance circle, this is a reactance circle, its value is 1, reactance value is 1. This value you should read above the circle. This is a circle, above means here you should read. Okay, and similarly here above value, here it is not given. Not given means what? You should intermediate value you should take. This is 1 point, this is 1. What is this value? 1.1. This value is 1.1. Okay, so like that, this circle above it is not given. You should not take this is a point 9. Should not take this point, and this is corresponds to susceptance. See, there is a circle, susceptance circle is passing. This is a susceptance circle. Okay, all of you carefully observe. Okay, what I am saying. While doing impedance matching is very important in this amplifier design. Without that, your amplifier design is not there at all. Okay, so you should carefully watch what I am saying, because these are you should note down while doing the problem. So here you see, this is a susceptance circle, dotted line. Okay, and whatever the value written here, 0.9, that is associated with this susceptance circle B value. B value, not reactance value, this 0.9, because it is not outside the circle. See, it is not here. If it is written here, then it is the value of reactance. But it is written outside this susceptance circle. This is a susceptance circle. Outside of this means it is here. See, this is actually inside means it will, the circle will be complete like this. See, this circle, susceptance circle will complete like this. So automatically this value is outside 0.9. So it is a susceptance value 0.9, but not a reactance value. What is the reactance value? It is not written here, but you should take it as if this is 1.2, this is 1. Okay, it is 1.1 like that. This value. Okay, it because the circle is like this. Actually, it closes like this. Inside values are not. You should take outside whatever written here. It is not written here. You should take intermediate value. Understood now? So here whatever written outside. See this here. It is what is the value here? It is not written again here. This is associated with the susceptance because it is closer to this. See, this is the line. This is the line, susceptance line. This value 0.8, it is closer to here, not to here. So automatically this value is corresponds to this susceptance, not the reactance. Reactance value not written here because it is space problem. Okay, so what we can do here is 1.2. This is given for this circle. Reactance value is 1.2. For this circle, okay, for this circle 1.4. This is 1.4 for this circle, and for this it is 1.2. In between that 1.3, you should take this is correspond to 1.3 because it is not given here. Okay, this is 0.8. It is not. You should not take. This is susceptance value. So 1.3 is a reactance value for this reactance circle. Okay, so like that. So these are all whatever here they are the reactance circles, solid lines. And susceptance circles are these dotted lines. See here, these are the dotted lines. B value, while reading B, okay, B values you should read whatever written above this dotted lines. See like 1.2, okay, it is 1 here, it is 0.9, 0.8 like this. Okay, you should not take this, it is here 0.7 for this circle, for this circle. Okay, there are susceptance values, but susceptance is negative above the upper part of the Smith chart. See, this is a above upper part of the Smith chart. Negative minus 0.5, minus 1, minus 0.9, minus 0.8, like that. B values. But the reactance values are plus, plus 1.4, plus 1.3, plus 1.2, like that. X values, whatever you are reading from here. X values are positive here, and but B values are negative. Okay, understood? So in the Smith chart, you should, all of you must carefully observe. There are two type of circles: reactance circles and susceptance circles. Susceptance circles are dotted lines. See like this. B value you should read. Okay, reading means these values. You should read these values. Above the whatever written above that circle, you should take. Okay, these are the values here. So okay, that you should do while designing the matching network. They are very much needed. The values are important to calculate the value of inductor and capacitor added. Okay, all of you take a ZY Smith chart printout and observe what I said now. Okay, all of you must be able to read the values of susceptance and reactance carefully from the Smith chart. Okay, because from that only you can design the impedance matching network. Okay, so impedance matching network. Okay, all of you go through that today. We will and also angle. You see here, angle is needed. Smith chart angle is given here. This angle value is given. See like this is one more what you should keep. This is the angle. Reflect angle is the 120, 110. So this is the angle. Okay, and the innermost circle is, this is the circle, this one, this is the one. Okay, so while measuring the distance from the center to here, how many centimeters, while drawing a stability circle, you should measure how many centimeters from center to here, from center to here, how many centimeters up to here, don't go here, up to here. This is a r is equal to 0 circle, how many centimeters, that is corresponds to 1. 1 is equal to these many centimeters. Next you take multiply with whatever you have in your in your calculation. Okay, so all of you must go and the angle, you read the angle here. Angle is given, you read the angle and the Smith chart. See, angle values are there. Respective angle you should read carefully. And it is 130 is 120 is there. In between that, you can take whatever you value approximately. Okay. That way you should do. Okay, all of you take a printout of this Smith chart and go through what I said, all how to read the values, susceptance values, reactance values, angle, and how to draw the gain circle and stability circles. Okay. Okay, in the next class, we will see how to find the values of inductor and capacitor. Okay, in the next class.